Adam here with the Walser Automotive Group, and what I want to do today is take you on a test drive. So next to me here, I have the all-new 2024 Buick Enclave. So we'll look at the interior, the exterior, and then go for a spin around and see what it's like out on the road. Okay, so now we're behind the wheel, and this Enclave is the Essence trim, and this is also added in the ST or the Sport Touring trim package. So there's some pretty cool stuff on the exterior as well as inside. So let's go for a little spin around and we'll talk about it. So one of the first things that might be a little bit different than what you're used to is the drive-by-wire system. So instead of the large shifter or the column shifter, it's just got these little buttons down here. So you pull up to go into drive, reverse, or you tap for park, and that frees up a ton of room for your cup holder. I've got my wireless charging for my phone, and then underneath I have a huge storage compartment. Whether if you want to put maybe your purse down there or anything else, there's a lot of extra space. So it makes it very convenient, and it's always nice to have a little extra room when you're on the go. So let's start with the infotainment screen. Now this is going to have wireless Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto. Like I said, I've got my phone on the wireless charger, but there's also some USB plugs down here, and I've got my Spotify, Google Maps, all my text messaging, and Siri in here. So it makes it very convenient for me paying attention to the road and not messing with my phone when I'm on the go. I've got the great backup camera in here as well. That also shows your different trailering settings, so you can click that and kind of get a clear view that way. And when properly equipped, the Buick Enclave can tow up to about 5,000 pounds. So with the infotainment screen, there's also a small gauge cluster display here, and that's just going to give you all of your pertinent information. Things like your fuel economy, trip settings, all that good stuff is going to be housed right in here. What it also shows is your adaptive cruise control. Now for safety, the Enclave has things like emergency braking and the adaptive cruise control system. So you pick 3, 2, 1 car lengths ahead of you, and it's gonna keep that distance on the highway, which is a really cool feature if you're doing a lot of highway driving. Now this one also is gonna have blind spot monitoring, so if someone's kind of hovering in that blind spot, there's a little light that kicks on and it will notify you there. But what powers the Buick Enclave? So whether we're looking at the Essence or all the way up at the Avenir trim at the top, it's a 3.6 liter V6, and that's gonna be paired to a 9-speed automatic transmission. So like I said, when properly equipped, it can tow up to 5,000 pounds, and this engine is more than capable to get up and get moving. You're looking at about 20 combined MPG, something like 25 on the highway, and this one is equipped with the all-wheel drive system. So how is the ride and drive? Now, this Buick is quiet. It's comfortable. I love the seats in here. So I was not expecting this when I hopped in with that cool white exterior. This kind of has a really cool blue colored leather. It's hard to kind of pick up on camera, but it runs through the dash and into the door cards and then onto the seats, and it looks awesome. It's kind of what I would describe as like almost a yachting blue color. So it's got almost a nautical theme to me, but it looks really good in here, and these seats are extremely comfortable. Now these are going to be heated for the Minnesota winters, so I click that little button. I've got my 3 settings. That's for the driver and the passenger, and one of my all-time favorite features, the heated steering wheel. So I click that on. It is cold today. Obviously it snowed here, so I've got the all-wheel drive, I've got my heated seats and heated steering wheel, which is going to keep me very happy and comfortable when I'm out on the road. Now, if you're looking at Buick's largest SUV, obviously you want to know about the second and third row. So you can equip this one with the bucket seats like we have here today for 6 passengers, or you can do the bench seating, which would give you seating for 7. Now, I like the buckets. It makes it easy if you've got the kids in the back, they can crawl into the third row, or the second row, they can fold the seats down and get in, or you can jump right through the middle. Now those captain's chairs in the second row are going to have USB plugs, and in the third row they're going to have USB-C charging back there as well. If you got the kids, all their friends, they're all going to be charged up and happy when you're on the move. Now if you're not bringing people with you, those seats do fold down. So it's a 60-40 split for the third row, and then you can also fold or move on a slide that second row, so it does give you quite a bit of cargo space in here. So we've got a nice windy, bumpy Minnesota road here, and what do I think? The handling is great. I was very impressed in how well it handles these curves. It's a lot of up and down and acceleration, and this V6 isn't really even working that hard to get me along, and I was surprised, you know, day to day, 95% of the time is just you in the car, do you have the kids with you, you're running around, what's it like to live with? And I think this is an absolutely wonderful vehicle. You could certainly spend a lot of time in here, whether you're running up to the cabin or you're just buzzing around town. I mean, there's a lot of usability and things to like in the Buick Enclave. overall, what do I think? You know, spending some time behind the wheel today. Like I said, one of my favorite things has got to be this cool blue leather that runs throughout. I like the exterior styling with the ST. You've got those LED headlights and taillights that give it a really cool look. This one with the ST also adds the larger black wheels, which I think looks really good, and that blacked out grille. So it's definitely sportier looking on the outside. It's quiet and comfortable on the inside. So I think if you're in the market for a third row SUV, you got to get out and take the Buick for a spin, see what you think. So that was just a brief look and drive at the all-new Enclave. Now, if you'd like more information or to schedule a test drive for yourself, you can visit us online at walser.com or stop by either one of our Walser Buick GMC dealerships. We'd be happy to help you out. Thanks for watching.